Hi everybody, this is CCat or Crystal Cat 73. I'm back. I just decided to finish this project just because it's like I'm already covered in marker, so I might as well just finish it. And it's like I had started on the green, but like I said, then I decided to like film me finishing it. But like I said, I'm already covered in marker, so I might as well, finish it or whatever. But, like I said, I did get this cat, like if I didn't say in my previous video, they were having like a fundraiser at Walmart where they like, how to explain it, like, had like where they were selling little stuff for St. Jude's, and they're like, would you like to buy one of these cats? And I was like, okay. And I was originally going to go with like a different cat, like color, like a different one. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do white, just that way I can color it whatever I want, because I got that idea to color how I want it. And when I started off with this washable marker, and I don't like washable markers because they have a tendency to bleed. They have a tendency to just, like, they end up being more messy than, like, what they're, like, what I mean, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, than what they, intend to be. But, I mean, you can wash them off, and maybe that's the whole entire purpose, but for this project, I didn't want, like, a washable marker. I wanted, like, something that's going to stay on there. And you have to kind of let them dry, in between projects and that. And the keychain that I originally made on the other thing is, like, how to explain it, like, I decided to take the actual keychain off and put it on resin, but the problem is, I don't know if you know what mini brands are, they sell this thing, it's called solar resin, but you have to let it set in the sun before it's like you can do anything else. So it has to be like in the sun before you move on to the next thing, whatever. And it has to set in the sun for like at least like 10 minutes. Or you have to use a UV light, and it's like, I have to find out where the sun is going to be before it's like I can like do like the next thing. Whatever, let's see. And then we're going to move on to blue. Get my little flag back up there. Get back up there. Daisy's been surprisingly well behaved right now. Earlier she was kind of like getting in the way and wanting to be in everything. And that, but I think she finally figured out, oh, well, she's not going to entertain me and like do this or whatever, so I guess I'll just go do whatever my cat thing. And stuff. Not looking too bad. I mean, it's a little generic looking, but this is just only for my own personal use. So it's like it doesn't really matter too much, And I might fill the color, go back and fill some of the colors in that have dried. And I finally just put a piece of paper down because like this marker is like wet and so messy. And it stinks on top of that. Like, ugh. Let's go under that lobe. There. And we did go on a little weekend trip. Like, once in a while we go out of town. And Daisy's been a little clingy because of that. Daisy's my cat. And it's like I have a few pictures of her on Instagram. And this will probably be posted on Instagram too. And I might do like one more down the road, like a color project. And maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Or like, if I'm in the mood, and stuff. And stuff, just to kind of like, because it's like the video previous video I was doing for the keychain, I'm not gonna air until after the girl that I'm giving it to, its birthday. Then she can watch it with her dad and watch me make it and whatever. And the music that's playing right now is Ultimate 70s. I bought it at a rummage sale. I was like, oh, I like 70s music, so I got it in like, of course, I don't know. And it didn't really come in like, it came in like a plain basic envelope. So it didn't even really come in like a, any kind of like cover CD, like when it comes to, usually CDs come with like little sleeves and like information on what you're listening to. Nope, didn't have that. It was just in a basic sleeve, but it was at a rummage sale. It was only like $2, so it's like, I am not complaining, you know what I mean? And then go over again with orange. Do I have orange there? Nope, I don't have orange. So we'll do this one. yellow. Oh, yellow again. Not looking too bad. Last color I need to do is purple. So, woo! Markers, everybody! Smell like terrible. See, where's the red? No. See, remember, I didn't like that red very much. That's washable. So, here it is. Had a red around here somewhere, I know. Guess I'll just do this one again. Just because this is more of a permanent one. And there we go. Come on. A little ear in there. That's the part I'm having problems with right now. It's the ears. I'm probably sure I'm going to have problems with the tail too when that finishes off and stops drying. Right now I'm in the process. That's why I'm doing this section right here. Because I'm waiting for it to like dry in the purple part, you know, before I move on to like, or the blue part before I move on to the purple. Let's see, and then purple, let's see. Which one I like better? I have several purples. I don't know why I have so many purple markers. Not that one. Okay, I might mix these two together. There's like one little yellow spot there. That in there. I don't really need to worry about the back too much, so. Blue spot there. I'm kind of a little bit of, can be a bit of a perfectionist or whatever, and like a little bit of OCD, so it's like I like things to look perfect, you know. But even that one thing, like the keychain that I did, I was standing there obsessing, like, oh, well, there's this part looks wrong, that part looks wrong, and stuff. So I had to like learn not to do that. I might work on the end pause, like when it's like, how to explain it, like later on, just because it's like I want that to dry, because it's like I don't want to get more marker than I already have all over my fingers. Look at that! Look! This would probably be a fun project for kids to do, like get little white cats and like little white dogs or whatever, and like color whatever designs you want on it, you know. Color the tail, cause that's good. Here, like you know what? I'm gonna use this big one for that. But I don't think anybody's going to notice the tail anyway. So. There we go. Come on, tail. You can do it. Do the other side. Woo! The marker's starting to like kind of get to me. This one's almost like I think done. And I might not even do the bottom because it's like they might not, people like said it's just for my personal use, and people might not even notice the bottom or whatever. If they do, then they're like, probably shouldn't be looking at cat bottoms anyway, you know. Yeah. Let's see. Got a little spot there. See if I can maybe cover that up with yellow. Nope. There. Oh, I got it a little bit. And I'm waiting for the sun to kind of change positions because, like I said, that resin that I put on the keychain, it's going to have to be in the sun because it's a UV resin. And it's like, you know, kind of like, if I had like, you know, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what other dials to use. I mean, I got it in like these things called mini brands. They put this thing in the resin and you have to leave it set in the sun for like 15 minutes and that and stuff. And it's like trying to figure out like what else I can use to cut with plastic or whatever. And I don't need to do that, but that's what I know how to do right now because it's like it hardens and then it kind of you know, hardens and then it like you know, seals it like whatever. And I just wanted to make sure that I really sealed it for him and that, and made sure that it was like you know, something, you know, like what I mean, that it's like it's nice for her, you know. I might go over the face again with the yellow. God, I've got so much purple on my hands and like so much marker. It looks nice though. The next time, it's like if I did this, if I got another one like this, I might get bigger markers or something like that, you know, and not watercolor, because it's like the watercolor is not like, the purpose of it is not to stay, whatever, and it's like it's basically kind of meant to like be washable and wash off, and it's like that's what it does, it washes off. Let's go the face back there. Hardest part around here is getting around the face or whatever. And there, and maybe there. Well, I think that's the best as it's gonna look, but you know, because it's like if I go, every time I try to go over the face, I can't really get in any area that I want to. So I think that's the best as it's gonna look. It looks pretty cute though. Not perfect, but you know, it's about, I think, as good as it's gonna get. So I hope you like me finishing this off, whatever, and be like, y'all guys like rock glitter socks, and it's like, thank you for like, if you're watching this and watching my show, then I appreciate that. If I get like 30 subscribers, I will read this book on here, like on my YouTube channel. It's about coloring crayons, and I thought that would be a very appropriate like kind of thing to do for this channel. And if I get like 50 viewers, I will play the ukulele, but I have to get 50. Why did I pick such a high number? Because it's like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be impossible for me to get either one of those numbers, and it's not going to happen. You guys can prove me wrong, you know? So it's like, prove me wrong, and if you don't, oh well, it's like, it's not going to happen. So prove me wrong, and it's like, I hope you guys have a nice day. Thanks for watching.